Yeah. Chair, first and foremost, I want to state that I am pro-European, pro-solidarity and pro-cooperation. Much has been said in the corporate media that if you have a different position on the future of the European Union, you are somehow lining yourself up with regressive forces and elements of the far right. I utterly reject that argument. Members of this House who try to associate AA, People for Profit, with views from far-right parties and pardon nationalist parties are politically illiterate and opportunistic in their language. Our solidarity and cooperation goes out to the working people of England, Wales, Scotland and the north of Ireland and far beyond. Regardless in how they voted, I have more common with working people from these geographical areas than the technocrats and sociopaths of the European banking system. Working people, regardless of where they're living on these islands, have absolutely nothing in common too with the British Tories or the likes of Nigel Farage and his band of narrow-minded reactionaries. They have nothing to offer but to uphold their deep class prejudice and economical system that they thrive from. Some commentators have painted whole swathes of working class communities in England as reactionary and xenophobic. To me, this skewers the debate on why people chose to say no to the European Union. Areas that once were heartlands of the old industrial working class and of the British Labour movement, and which remain by and large Labour strongholds, and which have been suffered such devastation under the Thatcher regime. It is a matter of undeniable fact that fears of immigration and racism were a running narrative in the debate on either remaining or leaving the EU. But the question is, was that the main element? If you examine the sort of town that typically and decisively voted leave, you will find that many are safe Labour seats. Bradford, for example, voted 54.2% to 45.8% to leave. Bradford is a city with a large Asian population. It has 3 parliamentary constituencies and 3 Labour MPs. Each of these Labour MPs won big majorities in 2015. Bolsover is another example. Represented by decades by the Labour MP Dennis Skinner with a huge majority, Bolsover voted 70.8% to leave the European Union. Chair, I also want to state something which I don't think people have touched on, that is the relationship between the European Union and the State of Israel. And I want to just read out some facts that are pretty abhorrent. EU sales of arms to Israel were worth €2 billion in 2014. The leading supplier of weapons and military equipment from the EU to Israel is Germany. They make up to €1 billion of the sales in 2014, including a €7 billion submarine sold by Germany to Israel in December last year, armed with cruise missiles capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Other equipment sold by the EU to Israel include warships, aircraft, military vehicles, tanks, weapons, foreign equipment, explosive devices, imaging and electronic equipment, chemical agents, small arms and artillery. Israel's weapons sales to Europe more than doubled in 2015, and compared to the previous year, according to the official figures released by the Israeli Defence Ministry, $1.6 billion worth of arms were exported in 2015 compared to $724 million in 2014. Most of Israel's arms sales are exports of ammunition, drones and other upgrades to existing aircraft. Now, Chair, just to kind of bring people back to 2014, Israel killed 2,000 civilians in the Gaza Strip. That's including 560 children. And yet, the European Union sell this amount of arms to destroy lives, not to save lives. In conclusion, in Ireland, the European Union has, for long periods, been portrayed as a benign force in Irish society. Many people still see it as a progressive institution. I believe that relationship is being questioned than ever before. The economical meltdown in 2008 forever changed our relationship with the European Union. And can I remind this House that 42% of Europe's banking crisis system was paid by Ireland. That equates to €9,000 per citizen for this country. The economical straitjacket which Ireland finds itself, which was caused by the bankrupt policies of Fianna Fáil and perpetuated by the European banking system, and an affront to democracy and progress in a social Europe. The people have spoken, not a corporate Europe, but a social Europe. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy. I now call on Deputy Tommy